Okay, so make sure you stick around. I put this on my Instagram story, but I am going to give you what happened right here because it's a lot going on, but this was not my first plan, but this is just how it's going to have to be. So make sure you stick around and I'll give you the backstory on how this even came about. Hi everyone. So this is our November garden tour. And since this is the month of Thanksgiving, I wanted to get on this camera, which y'all know I don't really like to do too often, but I just wanted to get on here and say thank you. I am so thankful and grateful for each one of you that takes time out of your schedule to watch my videos, to comment, support. Like, I knew that I wasn't the only one who likes doing this as far as like gardening, cooking, entertaining, but it's just such a large and wonderful and just a beautiful community of people who share the same interests. So I'm just so thankful that you guys just take the time to watch my videos, because when I first started YouTube, I started it to share with other people who have the same interests, because my family can only take me talking so much about plants. And Lowe's and Home Depot and the PX and Walmart, you know, you can only talk to people so much, because most people, not all, most people just want something pretty to plant and they don't want to hear all that other stuff. So I was just so grateful that it's just such a beautiful community of people who just really love this. Another reason why I started is because I wanted to hold myself accountable and kind of make a journal slash diary as we change, or the things that I change that's in the garden, and holding myself accountable by doing what I say I'm going to do when I say it. And so you guys have really helped me with that, because when I get on and I say that I'm going to do something, then I know I don't want to let you all down. So that's another reason why I love making these videos, because if I do a garden tour 1 month and then I come and I tell you guys I'm going to do something, then I will strive to get it done by the next garden tour, which definitely keeps me accountable. Now, what I do need to stop doing, that I have been telling y'all and I haven't stopped, and we'll see in a few minutes, is I continue to buy plants. But I'm getting better, because I am starting to start a lot of flowers from seeds now, like doing the research and just really learning about each of the plants, about how it grows in our zone, if it can grow in our zone, and just watching it go from seed to something beautiful. So without further ado, let me go ahead and let's start our November garden tour. Let me know in the comments below, what are you thankful for? Now, I can go on and on about the things that I'm thankful for, but y'all, I wouldn't even look at it that long. It could be until next week about the things that I'm thankful for, because I mean, just off the top of my head, I'm thankful for hot water. I'm thankful for indoor plumbing. I'm thankful for like having a washcloth, you know, just small stuff like that. I'm thankful to be able to go and look and buy a plant if that's what I want to do. So I'm just so thankful and just so grateful for a whole bunch of things. But let me know in the comments some of the things that you are grateful for. So let me go ahead and let's get started. I tried to convince my husband to go over the yard, but he is the type of person that likes for all the leaves to fall down before he goes over the yard. Let me know if you still kind of do a little garden maintenance. If you're in an area, I know some of you probably have snow all over the ground, but if you're in a warmer zone, do y'all wait till all the leaves fall down, or do you do like maybe like a bi-weekly or monthly maintenance? So anyway, let me stop talking and let's go ahead and we're gonna get started with our November garden tour. So welcome to our November garden tour. I contemplated about starting in the front, but I'm totally transparent and I'm gonna do it anyway. It'll be a quick front, and I got a lot of work to do, but let's go ahead and we'll start. Now, like I told you earlier, I don't know what it is about me buying plants. I just feel like maybe they just need rescuing for me. I don't know. Kind of like how people do pets. Maybe that's just how I do plants. So we have these that still need to be planted. We have some lavender, the blanket flower right here, and just some other stuff I picked up. But let me show you like the big winner of this month clearance finds. These are Pretty Lady Diana anemones, and they were on clearance. I don't know if you guys can see it, for $5. And I'm going to let you look. I started to get 6, but I got 5. There is nothing wrong with these plants. They are starting to get blooms, and I lined them up right here because I don't know if this is where I want to put them. They don't get really tall, and I really need to start filling up this area because I'm sick and tired of the weeds. Now, that's one thing I didn't do. I was supposed to, I don't know, I was supposed to decide what I wanted to put in here, but I was gonna put maybe landscape fabric or something like that just to keep them from coming up, and I still haven't done that yet. But I wanted to focus before we go around the back on this geranium. So apparently they love cool weather, because ever since the weather has cooled off, I think I have like 4 of them, like they've all been flourishing. Maybe one not as much, but I think they love this cool weather. I'm not sure what's going on with our maple tree this year with the leaves. We did have like a cold blast like one day, I think, where we got down pretty low, but normally it just, oh, it looks so pretty during the fall time. But anyway, let's walk around to the back and we will get started, because the same thing is pretty much going on in the front. I still supposed to pull these containers right here, but I just don't know what I want to put in there for like a fall winter interest. So if you guys have any ideas on what to put in these planters, let me know in the comments, because I keep going to the store, but most of them right now are focusing on Christmas trees. So there's not really a whole lot except for like pansies and Dusty Millers. That's about it. But anyway, let's go ahead and we will go to the back. Okay, so if you remember, I was contemplating this Gara right here, and I'm still contemplating it, although it continues to produce some very nice blooms. But this is the problem that I have. I think I told you that it like with the wind, it kind of falls over, although it's perennial and it's in the ground. But like, look at this right here. Now I may try, like this is supposed to be upright. I may try to cut it back once it gets cold and see if it'll come back out. But I just don't like how it looks like when you start looking into the actual plant. You know, like when you come close, it looks great from afar, but then when you come close, you see that all of this is like gone. So our roses are still doing good, and they're still putting off new blooms over here. So those are good. And I think I told you all, we have a cat that's doing really bad things in the yard, and I'll show you one space in particular. I have seen him over here before, like he walks through this bed right here. He has broken a lot of my shallot stems, like I've seen them. But the shallots are doing good. These I think are 60 days. The carrots, I went ahead and put I heavily sown this blank area right here. I can see them coming up, but I can also see that the cat walks through here. So we have this little bit right here. So I'll just see if they'll come up over the next few days. I am not sure whatsoever. Okay, so real quick guys, make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I put a lot of more day-to-day pictures around the home and in the garden, but I did put on Instagram about the bay leaf growth. Now I don't have to buy bay leaves because I do use quite a few, like in the fall and winter months, for different dishes and soups and things like that. We'll pop 1 or 2 in there. So now all I have to do is come out and just pull one, and if somebody else needs a few, I know I don't have a lot, but I'm willing to share, you know, like with the people around me, co-workers, things like that. So let me pan around here, and we have some strawberries that are planted, and they're putting on a lot of new growth. So this is like our little strawberry patch here. The Savoy cabbage I am trying this year. I just thought it looked pretty. I had to buy a Savoy cabbage at the grocery store, and for me it cost a lot. So I'm just always one of those ones, like, I can grow this or I can do this myself. So everything is going good. We did have a little bit of pest damage, but what I did do was go ahead and put down a little bit of diatomaceous earth. And I always, you know, like, check my leaves and inspect them and try to come out here and make sure that we don't have a whole bunch of worm damage. Now the angelonias that we have right here, these were an annual. I'm about ready to pull them up because they look tired. They look really, really tired, but this is I really enjoyed the angelonias this year. I had white, I had pink, and I also had purple, and I loved every one of them. But I have to say, the white one, when I looked at it from like across the garden, that was my favorite, along with this diamond frost euphorbia right here. This is also an annual in our area, but if I can find these next season, I'm definitely going to plant more. I only got one because I just wanted to try it out, especially with the sun. Like, this definitely took a lot of sun this year. So I was really, really pleased with that. So we'll walk over here. Y'all, I have still not taken down these tomato plants. I just want to see. We still have a few tomatoes on here. We did get affected by the, I think they call it the Arctic blast or whatever. So for like 4 days, we were pretty low in the 30s. A couple of the patio plants, I put the blankets on, but I didn't cover anything out here. I really didn't. So we still, it looks like it, like now that I'm looking at it, it still looks like we can get some, because like today I think the temperatures are maybe like 74, 75, but it is going to get a little bit cooler coming up again over the next week. What I thought would grow a little bit faster in this cool weather were these sweet peas here. I got some that are doing okay. Some I think I'm going to try again, and some I might need to pull up, but we got sweet peas growing. And then, you guys, this bee has been on this echinacea for a very long time, so I think he likes it. Now let me run over on this side right here. I soil blocked some pansies this year, and I know y'all like they still look small, but no, y'all, these were even smaller. They're definitely putting on some new growth. I'm kind of waiting till it gets a little bit bigger, and then I'll put some type of mulch over them, because I didn't want to put the mulch on it and like smother them, because they were super small. I really do like the soil blocking method, but I need to stay on top of, they only can stay in that condition for a while before you either have to pot them up or either put them out. And normally when you put them out, you may need to like cover them up. I didn't, and they seem to be doing good, but I may do it the next time, I don't know. We have greens here. Right here, I know I planted 2 this year, the flash collards, the Georgia collards. I think the celery is putting on some growth also. This is our regular celery, and I actually, I started these using the soil blocking method too. I think the only thing I need to do is start a little bit sooner. Like I felt like I started really late with a lot of stuff. And so one thing I'm gonna do, like for my greens next year, is I think I may need to, if I'm gonna do the soil blocking method, or even just start them from seed and trays, I probably should start around the end of July is what I'm thinking, to get them going. I'm just calculating that in my head based on when I started them, and then the growth of them. But we did get like an unexpected freeze too, that normally we didn't get. So that was a surprise. So that's what gardening is about, surprises. Okay, let me stop talking so much because I need to make this as short as possible. So still got peppers and still turning orange. I went ahead and cut a lot of them off, and I have got to grow these next year, y'all. And they're still getting buds on them. But when I tell you sweet, these were like so good. I was eating them as soon as I brought them like in the house. So that's those. Let's go over to the greens, because I've also been seeing the cat on top of this netting right here, and evidently something happened. These are both of these are kale. This is the dwarf kale. Remember, I did a video where we planted these up, and this is the Toscano kale right here, and we have some snapdragons in the back that we got on clearance. But the kale is doing really good. I want to wait till it get bigger, but like I tell people, if you want to add some to your salad, you can harvest them when they're small. These are the other collards here, and I got to do a better job about labeling stuff. I said that and I haven't done it. And these are our red mustards. Those are good in salads too. Same thing going on with my carrots. I didn't sow this one again, but I need to sow this line right here. The onions are doing pretty good. This is the, I think these are Gabriella onions. They're like the white onions, or either Creole onions, something like that. These are more pansies that I soil blocked and put there. And then we got the Salanova lettuce that's doing really good. And these are, I want to say this is a mustard or a turnip. I love greens, y'all. That's why not only is fall my favorite season, but I just love any type of greens. Like, I can eat turnips, mustard, kale, and collards probably every day. Seriously, that's how much I love them. I did some more soil blocking here with Dusty Miller, which is also a slow grower right now. I know that it's cool, but I started these like a long time ago. So this, I probably need to start these like the 1st of July from seed, and just let them, because that's how slow they've been growing. These pansies are going to be, I think it's blue frizzle or something like that. So waiting for them. They're putting on new growth. A couple of them died. I have to pull my dahlias up. I hope I have some good tubers under there, so that hopefully they'll store good and we can replant them again next year, because I really enjoyed growing them this year. But look, see, that's why I don't want to pull it up, is because like we're still getting a little growth. So I'm just gonna see what's gonna happen. That's what I do with a lot of stuff. Just leave it there and see what's gonna happen. Our blanket flower, these I planted from seed, and I think I need to learn patience, y'all, because I planted these and I was like, they are never gonna flower, because I think this was one of those plants that when you read the package, it could take like 180 days or something like that. I don't know, but I was like, you know what? But they have really, really, really been an MVP of the garden too. They really have. I need to deadhead. These you have to deadhead a lot. My mom's you have to deadhead a lot. And the other blanket flowers, I don't really enjoy deadheading, but I noticed that every time I do, look, they put off new blooms. So that's why I want to keep them deadheaded. And I did have to kind of contain them, because these are really floppy. So these are perennials. What I'll probably do once the weather gets cold and it's not growing anymore, it's like cut them back, and hopefully they'll come back a little bit bushier. That's normally how it's supposed to happen. This is the other Gara I think I'm gonna pull up, because again, you see how, I don't know, I don't like that. I just like for it to be full and flower all the way down to the bottom, and it's just like random. This is more lavender that I didn't need. This was like the Spanish lavender. And then I think that echinacea right there is about ready to be pulled up. And then we got daisies over here. So let me jump across y'all real quick because I'm looking at the time and it's longer than what I want to keep you. We got more mustards here. And let me pull this up because I need to kind of examine this. So we got mustards and we got weeds, but I'm pulling it up anyway because it's time for a feeding. I wanted to examine this because I know that the nets are not like 100%, but I just still see a couple of holes in here. So I'll probably use some diatomaceous earth and yeah, and take care of that problem and pull the weeds. And we also got more snapdragons here. Now this is what I really wanted to show you, and I don't know if I showed this to y'all before. I keep getting confused because I put a lot of stuff on Instagram. But the pink celery, is that not the most beautiful? Stop. I can't wait to taste them either, but I just love the color on them. More mustards in here. I think these are the flash mustards right here. They grow really fast and they are really good. We got more kale and onions in here, and I want to say collards too. I want to say it. Okay, but all of the greens are doing really, really good. I'm just going to step back here real quick because this is what I'm going to do when I'm finished filming. I got to plant these hostas. It's getting cold in the back. I got to still line this. It's looking like a mess. I was going to see if my husband could get the pole saw and kind of get some of these branches out of the way, but the hydrangeas are doing way better. Remember I told you I used the copper fungicide because it's hard with the humidity here, but I noticed that some of the leaves are coming back pretty good. I still may give it one more spray and then we'll be done with that. So I got a lot to do. And then these are the last of the summer zinnias that I need to pull up, but I really enjoyed these, and I will be growing zinnias again next year. I want to add more. If you want some flowers that are so easy, definitely get those. I've enjoyed them. And I have planted right here, if you can see, let me get down. This is the ornamental kale, the red and the white. Those are also slow growing, but it did take me forever to put them in the ground. And the cat, one day I came, y'all, about 4 of my plants were pulled up. But anyway, I'm gonna run over to the other side and we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, so let me give y'all an update. You remember my whole azalea plan. I think it's just not gonna work, y'all. I had to do some moving and a lot of stuff is just not gonna work. And I should have known this, but I'll show you the other area. So I just had to plant 3 right here. I didn't want to plant them along the fence line, but that meant I had to move some hostas over again. And you can tell it's getting cold because the hostas die out and then they'll come back again next year. So I'm thankful to get them in the ground, but I didn't want the azaleas right here, so I put 3 right here. But y'all got to look at these blooms on here. And these are the Encore azaleas where they can take more sun, because I've always known azaleas to be kind of like a shade part sun plant, but I was reading on here and they can take a whole more sun, this variety, and they're reblooming. Y'all, these mosquitoes, oh my God, and they are big. And I got on pants. Okay, I planted the other 3 right here. But I remember saying, y'all, I had everything drawn out how I wanted it. And I have had to come up with a plan B, C. I think I'm on D now. This is plan D. And that is, I'm thankful because I learned a valuable lesson. Like, sometimes things are not going to go the way you plan. So let me tell you how this design came along. I just got tired of trying to use this tiller and running into tree roots. And I got some tarp. I'm going to take some tarp and I'm just going to put it on here so it could kill the rest of this grass. Because I don't know if it was not, it was, okay, so I had everything lined and put where I wanted it to be. And when I tell y'all some big tree roots, they were huge. And then, okay, so I move over, but the wood was pretty. Like, you want to see like beautiful, just fresh cut wood? It was really pretty and just clean. I know that has nothing to do with what I'm about to tell you. So, okay, so once I had everything planted, then I kept running into the sprinkler line. And Lord, I don't want to mess that up. Believe you me, because, So that's how these plans ended up coming. I know you're saying, why does she have this wire down on the ground? Please explain why you have this wire on the ground. Okay, y'all, so I told you about the cat, the armadillos, and whatever else may be in here. So these 6 pieces of wire that you see are where I planted my peonies. And I was just so distraught because I think it was maybe Wednesday or Thursday, I was off. And I had on my paper what I'm gonna do, how long it should take me to do it. But by the time I got through fighting with tree roots, pulling those, running into the sewer, running into the sprinkler system, this was a 3-day project. It was supposed to be about 8 hours total. This was 3 days. So by the time I got finished, I said, you know what? To keep yourself from getting upset, go ahead and put some wire over this, because if anybody, including the cat, including the armadillo, if anybody come and start picking around here, damage it, pull it up, it's not going to be a nice ending. It's not. And I don't know why I'm saying that, because, you know, by the time I get up and come back out here, they're gone. But that's why I have this wire right here, because last year when I planted garlic, the squirrels, I didn't think they liked garlic. I would find my garlic bulbs just sitting up on the ground. So I'm just like, just put something over it so nobody can get into it. Once I start seeing the growth come up, then I'll pull it off. But I'm just going to use tarp for the remainder of this and kill the grass, because I was exhausted. I was really exhausted. So we still got our hydrangeas. These are angelonias that I'm going to pull, but not right now. And I come still and clip roses off of this $2.99 clearance plant. But I better go ahead and water it before I won't be clipping anything. Okay, y'all, so let's talk about what's really going on right here. Kind of the same situation as on the other side. So I had my husband till this area and I saw something green, and I'm like, that means that termite thing is somewhere over here. So this was my initial plan. Go ahead, get some more pavers and just lay them in the back, so that way, just lay those in the back. These are the At Last roses by Proven Winners. Is it At Last? I want to say At Last. I'm pretty sure it's At Last. So I wanted to get these planted, and I just really didn't know where to plant them. That's another thing. I'm like, see, if you stop buying plants and just take care of what you got. Just take care of what you got. So anyway, so not as many roots here, but I did run into the big termite thing. So that's where the rocks come from. And then we got the sprinkler head over on this side. I don't know, y'all, it was just a mess. I don't even know if I'm gonna let this planter stay right here. And so I have dug out so much dirt and things did not go how I wanted them. So that's why you see like 3 different elements right here, is because they were only supposed to be the pavers and then the mulch, but it ended up like this. And I'm like, what I really didn't want to do is to continue to get behind here and be picking weeds with these rocks. That's why the rocks are down there, because I got landscape fabric and then I put the rocks on top, because I didn't want to go to this one little square and have to pick weeds every week, because we all know how weeds grow. So I didn't want to have to do that. And so I just said, just get the rocks, and I couldn't find any that were like close to the color. Just let this do, and just don't keep doing what you're doing. So that's why you see all of this stuff going on. But hopefully these get about 3 feet high and about 3 feet wide. So hopefully once these get their mature height, you really won't even notice those rocks back there. So my husband was like, just go all the way across. But I didn't want to go all the way across because this is part of my access point right here. And I just wanted to kind of leave it as clear as possible, although it is some things that are in the way and I'll probably move it. But so that's why you see this like this, y'all. So there you have it. Okay, so we still have a mishmash of stuff that I'm just not gonna worry about it right now. I'm gonna still do a lot of flowers from seeds, and all of the ones that didn't make it, I'm just going to pull them up and replace them with the stuff that I planted from seed. I find that when I plant things from seed, first of all, it doesn't cost that much. I'm going to leave this lemon coral sedum here because I actually see some new growth. I just want to see if it'll make it. If it does, then we'll continue to leave this here. If not, it gets pulled too. I went ahead and did what my husband asked me to do, y'all. This is good. I cleaned off the patio, and that took a lot because y'all was seeing the way it was looking, and I should be ashamed of myself. Now, after 28 years of being together and 23 years of marriage, I'm gonna tell you what you don't want to do. You do not want to lift that second door up, because if you do, you're gonna see where all of this stuff went, and we'll just leave that alone. But he already knows that. Like, I know he came out here and was like, oh yeah, but he already knows. Just go over there to the storage and you'll see what is really going on. So we got everything cleaned and like ready for Thanksgiving. Although I'm not doing a whole lot for Thanksgiving, I actually have to work that Friday after. Yeah, so I have to work the Friday, but I made a trade-off because what I'm thankful for again is we had a new addition to our family. We have a new granddaughter, and we actually drove to Marshall, Texas to see her, and that's a drive I do not look forward to making anytime soon. We waited to the last minute to try to book flights into Dallas, Texas, and by it being around the holidays, they are out of their minds. So we opted to drive, and that's a long drive. And people who know me, I'm not a good passenger whatsoever. But so that's why I'm working like all of the week of Thanksgiving. So we have right here, I've prepped my bed because I just told you about the squirrels. This is going to be where our garlic is growing. Now, I haven't planted it yet. I am late, but let me tell you why. I planted garlic last year, and we got garlic, but the bulbs weren't big. But by us being in coastal Georgia, I don't think they have like a cold enough period. So I got the garlic. They're in the bottom of the refrigerator, kind of like how I had to do my tulips that are coming, I have to let them pre-chill them. I ordered tulips from Color Blends. So they pre-chill them for you because some things need that cold period so that they can come up the next spring. So that's why I haven't planted it, but it's going in pretty much probably this weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and plant it. And then I've been showing you the progress of everything right here. I will be probably over the next few weeks cutting some rosemary. These are our rosemary, cutting them back and propagating some. So we'll see. I don't want to propagate too much because I'm telling you, people look at me like I don't know how to grow plants, and I like to give stuff away, but a lot of people are not interested. That's why I'm thankful for you guys. So that is the end of our November garden tour. Let me show you this too. I found this, y'all. This is so me. I don't know if I showed it to you on the last one. You know, Southern entertaining is like Southern hospitality, and the pineapple is part of our logo. I just need to stain this one. I looked at the cement stain, but I looked at a video from Garden Answer and she actually used a wood stain. So I do have some wood stain left over. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna do that because I wanna stain our little girl over here too, because she's not patina. That's the iron in the water of the sprinkler system. This is patina right here, the way this little rabbit looks. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Once again, let me know what you are thankful for. I probably could type a whole bunch of things, but again, I'm thankful for you. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and also share it with your family and your friends. And if you're not a subscriber, we would love to have you as a subscriber. So make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, bye-bye, because I'm about to plant these sweet peas right there. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.